Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is set for one episode. Your host from Columbus, Ohio, is Michael Kirk. Welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast. Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast, your digital audio dirt sheet for all things Super Show. Top story this week: tickets for Grand Gathering 5 taking place Thursday night, September 18th through Sunday, September 21st, have gone on sale. You can purchase them on the supershowthegame.com website. The tickets are $120 a piece. There are two options for tickets: a standard option and a first 50 option. Both tickets, when you purchase them, in addition to entry for all of the events, they will come with 3 foil exclusive cards, 3 new promo singles, 2 random competitors, and if you buy one of the first 50 tickets, it'll come with a foil exclusive competitor. Before I started recording, I went to supershowthegame.com. There are still tickets if you choose the first 50 option. So they have not yet sold the first 50 tickets, or there's a mistake and they didn't cap the first 50 option at 50. Either way, you can still buy the first 50 option, and I would argue you're entitled to the foil exclusive competitor if you buy that option. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, supershowthegame.com, the link is on the first page you go to. Scroll down a little bit to where you see the cards listed individually. It's on that first row. $120 for either the first 50 tickets or just the standard ticket. We have a couple of other bits of news about the Grand Gathering as well. First, it's been confirmed the Grand Battle match at Grand Gathering 5 will use the bump in rule. So if multiple players would bump, each player that would bump, and bumping is tying for the highest turn roll, all the players that bump win the turn roll, and they take turns. They just cannot play cards against each other. They have to play cards against the players that did not bump in. There is also a hotel block if you want to book rooms through the hotel block for the Grand Gathering. The link, I believe, is on the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook. $115 a night through that block. It also apparently will grant you a discounted breakfast coupon. I don't know if it's $10 off the breakfast or if it's just $10 flat instead of what they would normally charge. But they're offering a discounted breakfast with that. I have been told you can book rooms cheaper than the block. I did not look into that, so that is unconfirmed. But if you're looking, it's the former Doubletree Hotel in Westlake. It's actually changed ownership. It's now known as the Wyndham Garden Hotel, Cleveland, Westlake. Same building, just different name, different ownership. It's the same location it's been the past 2 years. That's what I have for you concerning Grand Gathering 5. Next story, Grand Pack Wave update. We had a number of the competitors for the next wave of the Grand Packs shown on the last episode of Talk of the Universe. Check that out through the SRG Universe Twitch channel or their YouTube. I mentioned on a previous show, they're now streaming live on Twitch and on YouTube, and they also put the episodes up on YouTube, so you can check it out there as well. It's the SRG Universe YouTube. The competitors that they showed that will be in the next wave are new versions of Runtime Terror, General Lee Wong, Nyrab, Woken Dragon God, Hallow King, The Brain Still Standing, and Rainbow Girl. From what I understand, just going from memory, Same stats as before, new gimmicks, new finishes that can be used with the previous competitor. There's also a new competitor releasing in that wave, Bruiser Beans. This competitor is based off of Steve Resk's youngest daughter. A lot of very interesting things in here. I think generally Wong's gimmick, the new gimmick, is very interesting. It functions similarly to the Ikuzo entrance gear cards or the Captain Khan ship entrance card, the Scallywag entrance cards. The new gimmick for Runtime Terror allows you to play 5 skill requirement cards. Normally you can only play 2 in a deck, so very interesting there. She also has a new finish with a spotlight effect that allows her to replace the phrase skill requirement cards in the text of a card with simply card or cards. It's an exact replacement. If the text of a card refers to cards with the skill requirement, it does not work. It must be replacing the phrase skill requirement card or cards. It will replace that exact phrase with card or cards. Again, if you want to see more about the art, about the various effects, check out the most recent episode of Talk of the Universe to see that. We have a CCC update. The semifinal round of the 2024 CCC is upon us. There are 6 competitors in the semifinal round. JAC, Rambo Apocalypse, The Misfit, Masked Llama Black, Mr. Rumble, and the Game Master. These 6 competitors have just under 2 weeks. They have until January 15th, a week from Wednesday, to cut promos. In these promos, they need to use the names of their finishers. They need to use their catchphrase. For example, JAC, his catchphrase, no tricks in 86. His finishers, based on the names of his songs and album, Welcome to Sawmill, We Taken Over, and Belmore No More. Those will need to be in those promos. Once the promo period has ended, there will be some sort of elimination. It'll go from 6 down to 3, and those 3 will be the final 3. That will be the finals match. It'll be a triad finals match, first ever in the history of the Create a Competitor competition. I don't know what the process will be to go from 6 to 3. I don't know if it'll be a poll, voting, judges making a decision. No idea what the criteria will be, but that is what is going on right now. I, as always, urge people to support JAC. Please send JAC to the finals match of the 2024 Create a Competitor competition. We have some in-person play, conventions, tournaments coming up, some major ones over the next few months. Let me just give you some of those dates. In just under 2 weeks, we have Dyson Diversions in Atlanta, Georgia. $60 for all 3 days. There are single-day passes available. There is a discounted rate for 12 and under. Jeremy Steigerwald will be representing SRG Universe at the con. Details on what's going to be going on there are still developing. I'll give you more when I have more. They are working on things for that. At the end of this month, Captain Con, Warwick, Rhode Island, January 31st through February 2nd. I don't have any additional news for this con outside of what I've reported previously. There will be a Create a Competitor tournament there, Rumble at the Rumble. There will be an Underworld tournament there, which could have championship implications, could grant a future title shot to the winner. There will be a grand battle match there. There will be the SRG Awards show there. The nomination period for the SRG Awards show still open until January 16th. You can find the nomination form on the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook. Download it, fill it out, email it to johncalais@srguniverse.com, or you can use the Google Sheets link. I'm asking people to nominate this show, the Outlaw Mudcast, for Best Super Show. I'm asking people to nominate JAC for Best Song. After those, the next two big in-person play events that I'm aware of are Sunshine Smackdown, taking place in Kissimmee, Florida, the weekend of March 1st. March 1st is the date of the event. There may also be an outing at Walt Disney World related to this. Reach out to Bob Dunn or Dom Buchter if you're interested in that. They're working on that. The tickets for Sunshine Smackdown currently for sale on the House Rules Gaming website. If you go to the SRG Super Show discussion group, type Sunshine in the search option. That's what I did. It was the first thing that came up. The entry with the link to buy your ticket, $35 per ticket. 30 spots are what they're saying they had in stock last I looked. And then I'll talk about my own local Create a Competitor tournament, Pixel Palace Pandemonium, March 15th. Those are the big stories I have for you this week outside of online tournaments and featured matches. A couple of things I can just bring up. Faction Wars 6 Phase 2 has started. Jeff McPeak has posted his spreadsheet where he tracks the points through the rounds. So if you want to check out what's going on in Faction Wars 6, you can reference that. I'll also report on that when I can. The group stage portion of the Cookies Fortune Tournament has begun. We had been waiting for signups in the World Division. That's done for registrations on Challenge more specifically. That's ready. Both groups able to start playing their matches. That's pretty much what I have for you. Let's go through the online tournaments and featured matches from this past week. I'll start Monday. We had an impromptu LFF Tornado Tag Team Championship match. The challenger, Bob Dunn, playing as the Corner Office. The champion, Sean Loeb, playing as the Immortal Warrior version of the Immortal Brick Brothers. Very lopsided match. It ends at crowd meter 0 with the winner, who had been rolling well all throughout the turn roll portion, rolling a 20 for his finish roll at crowd meter 0. His opponent, the champion, cannot break out, and so the winner and new LFF Tornado Tag Team Champion is Bob Dunn. Congratulations to Bob Dunn. I believe this makes this his third reign as LFF Tornado Tag Team Champion. Later on Monday, we had Monday Night Fights, an Underworld Division tournament. Every singles competitor outside of the World Division able to be used, subject to 2020 vision. 10 players signed up for the tournament. Group stages, 2 groups, 5 players per group. Each player plays the other 4. Top 2 records per group advance to the top cut. Your top 4, with no stipulations in the top cut, end up being in 4th place, playing as the Master Strategist, Ricky Riot. In 3rd place, playing as the original version of Polly the Pigeon Picone, Zach Ashley. In 2nd place, playing as Rockstar Joey Sins, Yasmin, and the winner, playing as Loudmouth Leo Larynx, the prize fighter, Simon Dabner. Congratulations to the prize fighter for winning Monday Night Fights. Saturday, we had an event hosted by Mr. Rumble. Saturday Night Rumble, Cosmic New Year. This was an intergalactic division event. You could only use competitors in the intergalactic division. 8 players played in this tournament. Group stages, 2 groups, 4 players per group. Each player plays the other 3. Top 2 records, top 2 players per group advance to the top cut. In the semifinal round of the top cut, all of the matches were Psycho Circus matches that started at crowd meter 1. The finals match was a dark match that also started at crowd meter 1. Your semifinalists were Zach Ashley, playing as Witch Hunter General, and a dangerous Dylan Bias, playing as Vampire Bastet. The finalists were Yasmin, playing as Lisa Lignot. I always get that name wrong. It's one of the few foil-only exclusive competitors, and her opponent, Colby Cram, playing as Mars. The winner of the Saturday Night Rumble event, Colby Cram. Congratulations to Colby Cram for winning the Cosmic New Year event. Sunday, we had Sunday Night Fights. Before I get to Sunday Night Fights, a couple of news items broke. First, we had an update on the Hardcore Tournament, a tournament to determine a future contender for the LFF Hardcore Championship. We have a top 8 of sorts. There are still a couple of matches to be played from the previous round, but here's what we have so far. The first matchup in the top 8 is going to be John Von Masek playing as Brett the Metalhead versus Foreman playing as Vampire Hunter Foreman. The second matchup is going to feature Split playing as the original version of Split versus the winner of the match between Rambo Apocalypse and Hold the Line Harry. The third matchup in the top 8, Aaron 64 playing as Daisy Rider versus Ref Dave playing as Hardcore Alexander Hamilton. And to the final matchup in the top 8, T playing as Go-Go versus the winner of the match between Thebes Pinckney and Chugonomics. Whoever wins that match, whether it's the People's Casual or Chugonomics, that winner will face T for a chance to make the semifinal round, to make the top 4. We also had an announcement concerning the next offense of the LFF Tri-State Championship. The next challenger for champion Sundown Moon, champion with the newest version of the Rising Sun, will be the prize fighter Simon Dabner, playing as the original version of Brian Cage. They will face off in a New York Rules match Wednesday, January 15th. I believe that'll be after Talk of the Universe. They'll face off Wednesday night. The winner of that match, whether it's Sundown Moon defending or Simon Dabner becoming the new champion, the winner will defend at Captain Con a couple of weeks later. Now on to Sunday Night Fights. 3 matches on the match card. There were also a couple of announcements during the match card. The first match was one of 2 semifinal matches in the Rising Stars tournament. It's a ladder match between HR, playing as the original version of Split, and Mike Benton, playing as the original version of Papa Wheelie. The match does not go past crowd meter 0. The winner, fairly dominant throughout the match, HR. HR moves on to the finals of the Rising Stars tournament. The second match of Sunday Night Fights is the other Rising Star Tournament semifinal match. In this match, we have Chris Tapley as Slime Girl versus Bjorn the Norseman as himself, also a ladder match. This match, significantly longer. It goes to crowd meter 3. A much more balanced match. The winner at crowd meter 3, joining HR in the finals, Bjorn the Norseman. Congratulations to Bjorn and to HR for making the finals. That match will happen the Sunday before Captain Con, January 26th, likely streamed on Sunday Night Fights. After this, we had an announcement concerning the LFF Triad Championship, the championship currently held by Slade Holiday. That announcement comes in 2 parts. First, one of his challengers will be the GOAT Brock Smith. Second, his other challenger will be either Bjorn the Norseman or Ref Dave. They will face off in a match. The winner will become the other challenger, along with the GOAT Brock Smith, to face Slade Holiday in a triad match for the LFF Triad Championship. Now, on to the main event of Sunday Night Fights, the LFF Old School Championship. The challenger, Ron Rumble, the LFF Trios champion, playing as Scrapyard Cat. The champion, Brian, wait for it, Schmidt, playing as the Iron Sultan. Standard singles match, it goes to Crowd Meter 1. The winner at Crowd Meter 1, new champion, Ron Rumble. Congratulations to Ron Rumble for becoming the LFF Old School Champion. His first contender, his first challenger, will be Mr. Moneymaker. No date and time yet for that, but Mr. Moneymaker will be the first challenger for new champion Ron Rumble. As far as tournaments and things coming up for next week, I believe there's going to be Monday Night Fights. I am pretty sure it's an open division tournament. I would watch the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook, watch supershowthegame.com for that event to be posted, but that's what I understand it's going to be. No news about a Thursday night event. I expect we'll have Dojo Tuesday night, twitch.tv/SRGuniverse. With that being said, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Outlaw Mudcast. I would like to thank all of you for listening, and good day.